Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's August 7th of the Duck Adventure. I screwed up and I didn't take the camera to my bedroom last night. And the ducks were just going crazy this morning. I gotta remember tonight to take the camera upstairs so that I can show you guys what my snooze bar is like. Oh, doggies! Hey, doggies! Hang on. Oh, Doug, we're almost doing better. But not really, are we? Oh, Midget Dehydration Duck. Oh, hang on. What are you going to do? Are you coming, Duck? You guys are so stupid. Look at this little thing. Oh my God, she's cute. For some reason, and I don't know what it is, but yesterday, down in the swamp, Doug would not leave her alone. He just kept following her around and wanting to smell her. I don't know what it is, but that little tiny duck, Doug is obsessed with. I don't understand. It's the only duck out of the whole flock that he will almost like hunt down just to smell it. I don't know. It's bizarre. So let's go over here and take a look at this silly duck. Doesn't know what to do. Are you coming out? Actually, is there any eggs in here? It's not looking like there is. That's breakfast situation's getting worse. Oh, there's one single egg. This is bad. Oh, there's no other eggs. Oh, look at that. The ducks, they're going straight. There's a bunch of them. Well, two right now that are going straight to the swamp. I got the egg in my hands. I can't zoom in for you guys, but there's some diehards. Sun should be up in about another 10-15 minutes. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Actually, the next, according to the weather, the next 5 days, it's just, I've never seen it on the internet like that this year. It's just 5 suns in a row. It's like, whoa, no rain. I shouldn't say that, though. All right, we got 2 ducks in here. I got to kick out right away. 2 Muscovies. There's a Muscovy. Actually, I'll show you. This Muscovy, this girl, has been, every day I take her out of here. And she has no eggs. Like, she's just in there. And yesterday I forgot to check and she was in here all day. And I picked her out last night, brought her outside, tried to break her this. And, you know, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I picked her up and there wasn't, it's a perfect nest. It's got the feathers, it's got everything, but absolutely no eggs. So, actually there's a couple of Muscovy in here. Oh, there's another egg. Oh, little girls. I'll be back for you later. I'm going to kick you out of here. They're not going to stay in here. Alright, let's see how our little guys are doing here. Oh, it's a brisk morning. It's going to be a nice day though, guys. Oh, look at this. I got to get you guys out of here. Don't worry, I'm working on it. We're going to get at least a couple hundred of you out of here. I got to hunt a freaking seagull in the swamp. I got to set that up today. I got to go down with the shotgun. I got to herd all the ducks down and see if I can spook that seagull up again, because yesterday killing that duck on us, you know, perfectly good duck to die like that. It was like, and I saw the seagull, you know, swooping down multiple times. I don't know if it showed in the pivot heads, but I could see what was going on. And I was like, okay, that thing's up to no good. But you know, that's probably the same seagull that was teaching that adolescent how to fly in here and steal ducklings when they first came out of the barn. All right, guys, who's in here? Oh, little ducks. Oh, you guys have stripped the feeders. All right, I gotta go get some feed. Look at that. All 3 of them are actually, and I filled all 3 last night. Oh, just look at them sleeping on top of each other. I'll try to give you a shot here. Alright, I gotta get this happening here so I can go and have my morning coffee. Oh, look at little Doug. He's just, you know something, I'm sort of glad that electrocution happened, because ever since he's been electrocuted here on the fence in the morning, he's absolutely the best dog that sticks to you. I've never had a dog that sticks to you like this. I've never. I've had a lot of dogs. I've never had one like that sticks to you like glue. I just came back out to do the water here now in the pen, because I filled the water in the, the food in the barn. And look at the ducks. They're headed to the swamp. It's the duck train to the swamp. They did a full circle around the house grazing, eating grass like around the whole house. And now they're headed down there. Pretty soon they gotta head out there. I gotta take care of that seagull. I think it's I think that's what the big problem is. The seagull's gotta, it's gotta go. Especially after it just, they did that duck in. I couldn't believe, I've never seen, the only thing I can think of is to drown the duck. It's the only thing that makes any sense. I've never heard of a seagull attacking something. They usually, they'll eat like little babies or dead stuff, carrion. But I've never, heard of a seagull hunting like that, Well, I've seen it hunt, in fields eating mice, but not drowning a duck. So I give water to these guys here. All right, I just got the water done, and there's not many ducks left in the yard. There's, I've got some right here. There's some Muscovy, of course. I'm gonna force them back down to the lake today. Actually, yesterday, if I wouldn't have went down with the canoe to go looking to see what happened with that seagull, the Muscovy probably would have stayed there, because they were out in the middle of the lake on Weed Island. And this is it. The rest are all down at the lake. Nobody else is on the property. Look at these guys. You give them fresh water and they just go crazy. My goal is, by this weekend, 200 of these ducks are going to be with the rest of the ducks. That's the goal. So that's my target. And we've got our chickens who are going to be chicken stew soon, because they haven't given me eggs in about 6 weeks, and they're not even molting. So, and if they're hiding eggs, well, then that's what you get for hiding eggs. You become chicken stew. But the rest of them, of the ducks, are down here at the lake. What a beautiful, all the sun's out nice now. It's gonna warm up real nice today. It's supposed to be like 27 degrees and no rain. Look at that. The duckies are down there. Oh, I got the tree in the way now. Yeah, so the ducks are down there. And every day, faster and faster. These guys are gonna go, once they're finished rooting around. But I think yesterday when they came back to the yard, they were hanging around underneath the aluminum, I don't know what I'm thinking here. The cedar shed, a cedar shed, yeah, that's a good one, eh? Aluminum shed, cedar hedge. Whew, it's early, I haven't had my coffee yet. I think that's why they were hanging around underneath the cedar hedge. It's the only thing that makes any sense. That seagull was harassing them down at the lake, down the creek there, and they came back. So I'm gonna have my coffee and then start my crazy day. I got a lot of stuff done today, and it's exciting stuff. I love when the ducks are happy like this. Oh, I'm really excited that I'm only going to have 100 ducks in the barn, because this staggered hatch, I've said it so many times before, it has taken the fun right out of the duck adventure this year. I haven't had any chance to play with the ducks. So all I'm doing is taking care of ducks, and infant ducks. Okay, now the Muscovies are what they want to come in. They were just, all of them were at the window here, looking in at me. Mo, go to the lake. Well, as soon as I have my coffee, I'm taking you guys to the lake. Oh, just look at them chattering to each other. You guys are turned out to be a useless duck this year. And they still haven't got their feathers so they can fly. At least fly for me. I'm in here drinking my coffee. I haven't even finished my first cup yet. And the ducks are back. they're cutting my lawn for me, which is actually, it needs to be cut. But they would out here, they're chewing on the side of the house here. I'll try to get you a shot. Oh, you can't see. They're all on the side of the house. They're eating the weeds, but they're all over the place. It hasn't even been 35 minutes and they're back from the lake. They just love grazing. Here, I'll go outside. Hello, ducks. What are you guys doing back? Is Mr. Seagull bothering you down there? Actually, there's no ducks down there. What's going on? This is bizarre. I guess the dew on the grass is it's just too appealing here to graze up here right now. There's some of them down in the swamp, but not many. They're mostly up here. But I know last year the ducks used to do this. They used to come back from the lake and just to eat grass. I remember that many times. You know, I used to wonder why they want to be at the lake, and that was when the ducks were, you know, they were fully grown and they were down there all the time. And then they would just out of the blue, you know, they would stay at the lawn. So, oh, the ducks. But my lawn does need to be cut. I don't want to cut it, so. And actually, I was looking at it. Actually, Richard was asking me about that. I haven't cut the lawn since I let the ducks all out there. Oh, how long has it been? It's been a couple weeks since I've cut my lawn. At least a couple weeks. And considering, you know, the amount of rain we've had here, my grass should really be probably about 6-7 inches tall. And as you can tell, it's not even touching the belly of the ducks here. I'll just do a shot here so you can just get an idea. Like if you look, you know, it's not even up to their bellies. It's barely up halfway up their legs. So they've kept the grass trimmed really, really well. And there's no weeds. The only weeds I have on my lawn, believe it or not, are on the inside here. Look at that, there's a weed. The only weeds are right where I am right now. Weeds and bugs. My lawn looks so good. Actually, I've had people, actually here in the province of Ontario, it's against the law to use cosmetic weed control on your lawn. It's actually banned. You can't buy this stuff anymore. And I had some people over, and this ban's been in place, I think this is the 4th or 5th year. So, you know, basically now you go through town, everybody's yards are, you know, it's just a weed fest. And I had some people over, and they were asking me, you know, where I was getting the weed treatment from. That they thought I was, you know, because there's still some provinces in Canada you can buy it and get it mailed to you. And they sort of, you know, insinuated that I was spraying my yard. No, this is totally organic. This is natural. As long as you know, you don't have water in the yard, which last year I learned this, is, you know, the kiddie pools in the yard is when you get the big giant ankle breakers. That's when the kiddie pool, they spill so much water from the kiddie pool, they make the ground soft and they start drilling. And that is as long as you don't have that, the ducks don't drill. It's just when you know, after a big rainstorm or wherever there's water, the ducks drill. So. And then they drill these massive holes that you got to go around with a wheelbarrow and fill them up because you can break your ankle. They're huge. But as long as you don't have water, all they do is they go around and they do this. It's so cool. They're just everywhere eating. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that ducks are huge grazers. You know, geese are big time grazers, but ducks, you know, are sort of that hidden secret no one really realizes, I should say. I'm not totally awake yet. I only got half a coffee into me. What a beautiful day today is. I got some serious work to do outside here and get things happening. Every day's a serious job here. Just look at the ducks everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna go finish my coffee. Okay, I just brought a small group of ducks out, and I'm sort of just hoping that this is gonna cause the seagull to appear. Doug's gonna really force the ducks up here.
I'm hoping the Seagull appears, because I'm ready. I'm out here standing on this floating bulrushes here. So, yeah, just hopefully the Seagull shows up. And I'm just gonna wait here for a little while and see what happens. Hopefully I'll catch it on film for you guys and get rid of this duck killer. Alright, the ducks have gone out of sight, and no sign of the big seagull, problem seagull. Doug's going out there to check it out. He's such a, his breed's not even known as a water dog, and he's obsessed with water. He loves it. I don't know if you can see or not. I don't know how it's turning out here. You can never tell with these pivot heads. Doug's standing out there at the just almost at the mouth of the creek. I can hear the ducks. Now where that freaking seagull? All right, we got a little Muscovy female. Come on, Doug! Doug, come! Come on! Doug, come! Now! Come! Oh, I know. I'm something about Muscovies. I don't know what it is. Come on, Doug! Let's go! Let's go get the other ducks. Come! Come! Doug, I know you really want to go out there. Come on! Oh, you. Okay, I'm leaving you. You coming? Oh, yeah, you see me leaving, now you'll come. I'm absolutely convinced Midget Duck, Dehydration Duck, has got brain damage. It's unbelievable. This duck is right here. This is the last one right now. Doug, back! 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 It's the last one all the time, and it's got a serious, I think it's got a serious learning disability. It can't catch on to what's going on here. So I've got more ducks down, as you can see. I'm hoping this is going to draw out the seagull. Muscovies, you're not going to believe it. All the Muscovies came back. Every one of them. And Mo is the culprit. He leads them back. I don't know what it is, but they're all back in the yard, so they're driving me nuts, actually. Well, I learned a valuable lesson today that I can't have sticks in my hand with Doug herding the ducks. He gets too excited. He thinks that I'm playing some kind of game. It seems I have better control when I have nothing in my hands. I don't know if it's just that he thinks... I think it's because probably the previous owner played a lot of stick things with him. I'm not a big stick player with dogs. But every time I have sticks in my hand, Doug is brain dead on the herding. Doug, back! Back! Right! Right! Plus he gets very excited if I have sticks in my hand. He does too much running, and because of his size, he accidentally runs over ducks. And it's not that he's attacking them, it's just the duck's in the way. There's poor Midget Duck. Oh, that little girl. She's a seriously screwed up duck. Alright, we got a lot of more ducks out here on the lake. We'll see if the seagull comes. Alright, Doug and I got another crew headed out. Actually, this is almost all of the ducks. There might be maybe 10, 15 back at the property. Well, we know the Muscovies are, except for that one Muscovy right now over there cleaning herself. Doug, back! Doug, back! But they just, I don't know what it is. I do not know. This is blowing me away what's going on here. Okay, Doug, you're hell-bent on putting me in the water. Alright, we got, I think probably every duck out there except for about 10 ruins that are back at the property, which are adults, and the Muscovies. Everybody else is out there on the lake. They're out of sight now. And I'm waiting for this seagull to show up. And Doug is doing everything in his power to try to get me in the water. If he shows up, I'll turn the camera on. I'm just standing here waiting for the Seagull to show up, and look at the ruins are coming down. I'm telling you, these ducks. I'm really getting upset at the Muscovies though. It's crazy this hanging around the yard. The rest of the ducks though, I'll just give you a shot here. They're you can barely see them in the mouth of the creek. They're swimming around out there. I was watching them going back and forth, but they're not rushing back today, so that's it's an improvement, I should say. It just doesn't make any sense, you know, considering, you know, there's like, what, 70 birds from last year that they know what the lake is, or I just find it hard to believe they've completely forgotten it. No sign of the Seagull. Oh, Doug, where are you? Just look at you. Oh, Dougie. Oh my God. Have a kiss? Come on. You. Well, people, the weatherman is a liar. I had to go to town, and today's being a write-off. I had to get a bunch of things done, and it's been raining. You know, it's like the weatherman says, 5 days of sun. Get up this morning, it's 5 days of sun, and then it got changed, and then we've had thunder showers. It was coming down. It was unbelievable. And of course, you know, I run to town, and it was nice out, and I thought, okay, I'll run to town, get what I need, come back. Didn't take a jacket, didn't take a hat, and it was just, I got soaked. Anyways, I got back here, and the ducks, they come back to the property, you know, back to the lawn, and there's something going on in the swamp. I don't know what it is. They will not. There's no water. There's no food in the yard, and the ducks are here. They just will not stay down at the lake. I don't know what it is. I went down. I wasted a good hour and a half this morning. I was down there, you know, trying to, you know, see if I can get that seagull to appear that was harassing them. You know, like, there's something down there. I don't know what it is. I've gone down in the boat. I've gone down in the canoe. Doug and I have gone down there. I've just stood down there like, you know, like a fool in the swamp, and trying to see what is causing the ducks and the geese not to want to be down there. It doesn't make any sense. And there's no food or water, you know, in the property, and the ducks are just hanging around here. Like, I got home and they were all headed to the swamp, and they lasted maybe 10 minutes, and then they came back, and now they're just hanging around here. I don't understand it. There's something at the swamp that's causing a problem. But like today, I wanted to do a bunch of work, and you know, well, I had to run to town. So tomorrow, I'm not going to town. I'm staying away from that place. I got everything I had to get done today. I got what I needed, and I'm going to just focus on getting this, you know, taking care of the ducks. I stopped at my buddy's place to arrange for this weekend to come and, you know, so we could tag these guys, and he wasn't home. He was not answering his phone, which I thought he was outside working in his garden, and he wasn't there. So I got to get a hold of him tonight so I can get some help here to get these ducks tagged. But the geese are actually hanging around. There's only 4. I don't know where the rest of them are. Dougie, what are you doing? That's. I wonder where the other geese are, because I know there's 2 more. Come to think of it, where are they? I don't see their heads sticking up anywhere. Yeah, I don't see them. Oh yeah, there's one over there. Okay, I found him. I was thinking, wondering, you know, start losing geese. Okay, there's another one. I know there's 6. I'm pretty sure there's 6 geese. I can't even remember. You know, when you're taking care of 700 birds, it's hard to keep it all track. I got notes and that, but it's like, you know, you don't write things down, you forget, and it's like, it's just a little too much for the memory to hold everything in. But I know there's another, I'm pretty sure there's 6 geese. I'd actually have to go back on the videos and look and see what hatched, because I know none of the geese died. Unless you know, a predator got one, but you know, who knows? You know, maybe the fox got one that I don't even realize. It's a blur here. It's a blur, people. But I don't believe this. Like, you know, I'm actually going to take a walk down there. I'm going to take a walk down. I want to see what kind of dent they put in the feed down at the swamp. I'm curious here. Doug and I are going to go for a walk, and I'll turn the camera back on when I get down there because I'm curious on how much they ate. Okay, I just found the other goose. I knew I had more than just 4 or 5. There's one right there. There's a group of ducks. They weren't all at the other end. There's a whole group down here, but there's the other goose. So there's 6. So maybe there's 7. It's like, you know, the geese seem to have these little groups, clans. You know, it's strange. Like, why isn't that goose hanging around with the other geese? And he's hanging around with this clan of ducks, and it always seems to be, you know, the geese are with, you know, not a specific number, but a little group of ducks. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're, you know, they're protectors or if they think that they belong to, you know, this group of ducks. I have noticed that the ducks, they do sort of stick around in little groups. It's almost like, you know, they're from being raised, you know, in their little group. Like, I'm really wondering. Oh, there's some. Okay, that's not. There's just a bittern, an eastern bittern. They're no problem at all. Actually, they probably scare the ducks, but they're, you know, they're not a predator. It just flew over top, actually really low. I know they live in the swamp here. I know that for a fact, but they're not anything to worry about. But I'm just back to the ducks here. I'm curious on these 300 ducks, if, you know, are they going to mingle with this other flock, or am I going to have 2, you know, separate big flocks of ducks? You know, we won't know until we get out and see what happens. I wish it would warm up. You wouldn't believe how cold it is right now. The weatherman lied today. So let's go out and look at the feed. Well, I don't get these ducks. You know, that's probably still a half a bag of feed laying there. I don't understand. Actually, a little bit over half a bag. Well, it's about a half a bag because I didn't empty it totally. There's still, how much is in this? There's still about, just about a fifth of a bag. So that's just bizarre. I don't get what's going on here. You know, this, they're actually eating less, which doesn't make any sense because I know last year the ducks, when they were free ranging, their appetite didn't go away. You know, you know, just because they weren't you know, at home for 12 hours of the day, they made up for it when they got home. And these guys aren't doing that. I don't understand. They've got me baffled. Like, they're just up there in the yard, and they are doing a fantastic job of keeping my yard cut, though. I will say that this year, the whole yard, there isn't a spot that there's long grass, so, and there's no weeds. I don't know, maybe it's this area I cut in the swamp here. You know, they're drilling away and they're getting, I know they'll drill and they'll eat roots, and you know, if there's any bugs, and there's lots of bugs here in the swamp, unless that's what they're eating, you know. And because I cut everything, you know, and last year I didn't have anything cut, I just had the path, so, you know, maybe they're just eating everything here, I don't know. But they'd have to spend some time down here, which they're not doing that. Yeah, so we've got a little duck here. A little ruin all by herself down here. She's, you know, and last night was dusk, and I actually saw, you know, a little thing moving around down here, and I didn't think much of it, and sure enough, there's a little ruin. And it's not a wild one because it didn't fly away. But she's down here all by herself. Now she's, you know, embracing the lake by herself. Makes no sense. You know, she's trucking out. Bizarre that there'd be one single duck down here all by itself. Makes no sense. You know, absolutely no sense. I don't understand it. You know, I can't get. You know, there's 400 ducks plus up there in the yard. You know, look at them. They're up there. You know, I don't get it. You know, last year's ducks. I don't know. I keep saying last year's ducks, but I am confused here on what's going on this year. And I don't open the pen. I'm not opening the pen up till 7 o'clock. They can starve up there. I'm not feeding them or letting them into the pen. All right, well, I'm gonna dump the rest of this bag into the sleigh and go cook my supper. I don't understand this. It's got me baffled. You know, and it's not like the feed's any better in the pen. It's the exact same feed. You know, there's no difference. It's like they just like to hang around the yard. I don't understand this. You know, it's unless I constantly chase them out of the yard. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want them to be you know, having an aversion to me. You know, I like when they hang around to a certain degree. But like, look at here, this right now. There are 2 geese there. They've got, or 3 geese with the Chinese goose lead. They got this group of ducks. Now I got a goose here with that group of ducks. Is there a goose with this group? I don't see a goose with this group. It's just strange how the geese have got little groups of ducks. But I don't get this. This is hanging around the yard like this. Unless the water in the lake is too warm, you know, maybe they're overheating. That could be a possibility because the swamp is pretty warm. Because it's so shallow in the dark bottom, you know, they just might find that it might just be too warm for them. It's the only thing it's the only thing that I can think of is that the water's too warm. They just don't like it. You know, I don't know. I'm guessing here. I'm grasping at straws trying to figure out, you know, the psychology here of what the ducks are doing and why they're doing it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. You know, they go down there. They're not. You know, the first couple of days, I put food down there for the ducks, and they stripped the sleigh and cleaned it right out, and they stayed down there. And now there's no food up here. There's no water, and it's not like they're eating more at night because they're eating the exact same. I don't know. The duck adventure is a confusing ordeal sometimes. I'm confused. It's about 8 o'clock and the ducks are doing the circle the pen to go in trick, but they're just hanging around here. I really wish these ducks would stay at the lake. I think about last year's flock, they used to come home around this time. They're going for a walk. They're so silly. They're feeding on all the weeds. I wish I did. The camera was hanging outside, so I couldn't record it. But I was in the back shed. I heard what was going on, and they're chewing all the weeds along the side of the house. But they're not that good with their aim on with their bills, so a lot of the times they're hitting the house. It's really quite a racket inside the house. But they're my driveway though this year usually I have weeds that are about a foot tall around the outside perimeter of the driveway on the surface, but this year they're just eating everything. You can see them, actually I'll see if I can zoom in to show you what they're doing. They're actually, and it's the weeds, it's not the grass they're going for. trying to get you a shot here. But they've chewed that. Usually that stuff's about 6-7 inches tall right there, and they're nibbling it right down. Ducks are great for weeds. Dalmatian duck, river black. It's hard to believe that, you know, that's a Rouen cross with a Peking. Which it is, because that's all I've got here. Well, I've got Muscovy, but they're not mated with. They didn't get mated. They didn't get mated with the, you know, the Peking and the Rouen. So, call my buddy. Still no answer. I gotta get a hold of him. I gotta get him over here this weekend. I gotta get 200 birds out of here. And they got to be let go free so they can come outside. All right, well, I'm going to lock up the barn here, and temperature's dropping fast. Feels like fall, you know? Considering we never got summer, we got screwed. Well, something just spooked the ducks, but of course anything spooks them. They get, one will get spooked and the whole flock will just follow blindly. Just destroying the weeds. It's too bad you can't trust them in the garden. They could do my weeding for me. Unfortunately, they can't be trusted. They take their, you know, they're just moseying around, waiting to go in for them at night. You know, slowly but surely. Maybe tomorrow they'll spend a little more time at the lake. You know, there's not many in the pen here. Some of them are in here, but not many. You don't realize how big the geese are until they stand up there on the side of the... Oh, it's zooming in here. I'm getting the wire. It's too bad. You don't realize the geese, though. They just tower. They're so big. Oh, the little ducks. I changed the water in there today. Oh, that's so much better now with the patio stone. First of all, it took 4 days for the water to get dirty, like filthy dirty. It works so much better now. And adjusting the float now, the well doesn't run near as much. It doesn't. They're not spilling it. They're actually drinking it. So it's worked out perfect. That's actually one of the better inventions I've done for the duck adventure. I wonder if there's any ducks down at the lake. No. Well, there's that one ruin down there that I thought I saw last night, and then I saw it tonight with Doug there, but no sign of her. She's just staying down there. Who knows? Maybe she likes it down there. Maybe it's a little more peaceful for her than here. It's really not that peaceful. Hey guys, girls. Alright, well I haven't had my supper, but I'm going to go have it right now. But I'm definitely going to remember tonight. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but I'm going to really make a good effort to bring the camera upstairs because I want to film tomorrow morning for you guys, and just to show you what my snooze early alarm clock is like. Oh, they're so funny. They do the same routine every night. Congregate in front of the door, and in front of the pen, I mean, and then the gate, and then, you know, when it starts getting darker, they just all go inside for safety. Call it a night. Silly, you know, how they know that that's the place to sleep. Well, they could just as easily sleep right here in the yard. Well, I wouldn't let them, but yeah, it's strange how they know to go into the pen, or that they know that's a safe place to be. I don't know. Oh, look at this little thing running. That male wants to mate her.